I want to begin bringing in a dear friend of mine who died a month ago. She was a spirit. She was a dance goddess. Her name is Gabrielle Roth. And I thought it was really important to begin tonight with Gabrielle because I can feel her spirit all around us. She understood rhythms and dance better than anyone I know. The day she died, hundreds of us danced for her and with her so we would help free her spirit. She believed that physical movement was key to unlocking the spirit. She said this beautiful thing about dance. Dance is the fastest, most direct route to the truth. The question I ask myself and everyone else is, do you have the discipline to be a free spirit? Can we be free of all that binds and bends us into a shape of consciousness and has nothing to do with who we are from moment to moment, from breath to breath? Dance is the fastest, most direct route to the truth. Not some big truth that belongs to everybody, but the get down and personal kind, the what's happening in me right now kind of truth. We dance to reclaim our brilliant ability to disappear in something bigger, something safe, a space without a critic or a judge or an analyst. I dreamed of curating this session to coincide with V-Day's 1 billion rising action. I was thinking of what Pat was saying at the beginning, and recently a very funny board member, a V-Day board member, called me up and said, just promise me it's not a trillion now. 1 billion rising is many things. We are inviting 1 billion women, and that's a UN statistic. 1 out of 3 women on the planet will be raped or beaten in their lifetime. 1 out of 3, 1 billion women. We are inviting them to walk out of their homes, their offices, their jobs, their schools, and dance, to find their posse, to find their place, to find their story, to find their location, and dance. 1 billion rising is a vision of a world of women across boundaries, coming together, walking, speaking, dancing as one on the same day for the same thing, for the world to be a safe, cherishing, nurturing place where women can be their fully sexual, intellectual, spiritual, emotional selves without threat or terror, without intimidation or harassment. 1 billion rising is a journey. Over these years and now recent months, we have been building towards this, working with thousands of grassroots and international groups who have been doing this work for years and years. Groups who have been forging new coalitions at the intersection of race, poverty, sexual identity, climate change, men, labor, coalitions, born of the understanding that one cannot end violence against women and girls without addressing and including all of these things. 1 billion rising is a mystical decision. Extraordinary Indian activist named Kamla Basin, who is organizing all of South Asia, and I swear to God she is, said that 1 billion rising is a feminist tsunami. I love that. An energetic rearrangement of our universal chemistry, the biggest volunteer action maybe ever of women across the planet, a seismic and collective remembering of who we are and a calling back of our authenticity, a world dance shaking up our original energy and wisdom. Already 170 countries have signed on. There's only 196, so we only have a few more to go. We have thousands of groups worldwide. Unions, almost every major union in the US has signed on, and unions in every country. Indigenous women, migrant workers, domestic workers, nurses, teachers, comedians, ministers, bishops. I saw a picture of bishops in the Philippines rising. Members of parliament, Robert Redford, Yoko Ono, guerrilla girls in the New York City and hip hop groups in Joburg. Millions rising in South Asia and the Philippines, the US, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Iran, Europe, and Africa. I just finished the South American tour where I went to Mexico, Guatemala, and Peru. And I was with this extraordinary mayor, Susana, in Lima, in a square that she had organized for the purpose of 1 billion rising, where 10,000 people in Lima, Peru were chanting, Vagina. The world is rising. And we have no idea what can and will happen when 1 billion women and all the men who love them dance on this earth, on the floor of the Mother Earth on the same day. When 1 billion rise, I've been thinking a lot about the word rise. Rise, bread rises, the sun rises, heat rises, Jesus rose. To rise is to stand up, ascend, get higher, grow larger, become apparent, be built, appear in the sky, be resurrected, extend upward, intensify emotionally, grow louder and more intense, swell, rebel, or riot. Rise implies we were once here and we're coming back. That we will not remain unseen, that we will not be held back or down. And today, I thought it might be nice to look at the ingredients of a rising. What does it take? What do we need? I've invited the risers, the women who rise up and help rise up the others. They do it in various ways, with various tactics and invitations. Each one of these women is original in daring boundary, breaking, and refusing to accept the givens. None of them use violence or guns, although I'm sure at times they have thought about it. But each is immensely persuasive. Each is intense. Each faced enormous odds to get where they are. Each broke racial barriers, religious barriers, gender barriers, and sexual stereotypes. Each has broken the silence. Each has exposed a secret.